Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and today we're going to be doing the theme run for the Elder God of Thunder and Lightning, Raiden. Obviously of Mortal Kombat fame, he's been in the game since the very first Mortal Kombat, but not always has he been a playable character. I want to say in the original Mortal Kombat 3 he wasn't a playable character, but I could also be very wrong about that. My memory of the series is a bit lacking. But to get into it, what Raiden has kind of always primarily been in the games is Mr. Teleport Pants. He's the guy who will start the battle on one side of the screen and then quick blitz warp to the other side of the screen just to sucker punch you with a combo just out of goddamn nowhere. And that's just kind of always been his thing, so he has projectiles, and we see from his finish, of course you would put him at number 3. Why wouldn't you? As both of my electric character runs have ended with Atlas, and I hate it. I hate it. But as I've said, we've seen from some of his finishers that he can call lightning from above. That was a mistake. So it's not like he doesn't have the ability, but more often than not, he prefers to fight very much in close range. Which, you know, considering what Raiden can do, I don't know why he would even bother. Why not just riddle the battlefield with lightning and just be like, oh, I'm sorry, did I break your concentration? But he rarely does that, so through my way of looking at things, Spark Contact is kind of the best basic to go with, because he does like to just grab people and shock the crap out of them very, electric chair style. Or just create bursts of electricity in front of them, because that's really playing off of the teleport angle. I love water collision. So whereas you think Raiden would be like a zoner in Mortal Kombat, he actually plays more like a kind of balanced kind of cross between Rushdown and just get in there and... He plays as a cross between Rushdown and Zone, so he's a very balanced character. And it's pretty much that ability to adapt to the situation on the fly that's pretty much kept him pretty relevant in the competitive scene, although not super relevant. Typically, characters like, I know in Mortal Kombat 9 it was mostly about Kung Lao. It's characters like that who have essentially, craft easy cheese that tend to rise to the top. And it's because they have moves that can goddamn do everything. So even though canonically Raiden is perhaps one of the strongest characters in the series, right up there with like Fujin and Shao Kahn and Shinnok, competitively the characters that seem to have the edge are the ones that have access to essentially cheese. But I mean, this has been the case in fighting games forever. It's why characters like Peach and Ultimate are top tier characters, because they have abilities that allow them access to the old easy cheese. Though I will openly admit that with Peach it's not easy. You have to really be on top of your game to get things going with Peach. She's top tier because of what she can do, not because it's easy. But then there are characters like Palutena who are top tier, and in her case, yeah, it's because it's easy. I'm hoping we can make good use of that this time around. Nice and easy. Well, that's not a very Raiden move, so no. But the reason why I chose the spells that I did is because Raiden is very much dedicated specialist. Like, outside of his ability to teleport, which, yeah, one expects from a being that's essentially the embodiment of thunder and lightning, he pretty much just uses electricity. And that's fine, I have no problem with that. I'm just explaining where I'm coming from on the Wizard of Legend build. Oh, hello. Ah, getting all the freebies. Even the ones that likely won't have any effect, like I heal a scorecard. Well, I shouldn't say that. Every time I dismiss myself as going, oh, I'm never going to be the boss without taking damage, that's, you know, exactly when it happens. Let me not dismiss myself until I actually fail. And I'm hoping that I have enough concentration and patience to actually do it without failing. Okay, we definitely take the Thundering Chain. Dedicated Specialist, by the way, is also why I chose to take Royal Flush. Raiden has never shown any real capacity for things outside of lightning. I've never seen him just be a storm mage. I've never seen him use water or wind. So, with Raiden, it's very simple. If it doesn't have electricity in it, I'm not taking it. Which is gonna really hurt against Atlas, but at least Atlas's goons can be shocked. Also, why didn't I take the Fire Fairy? That was strictly on me. I looked at those relics and said, outside of the analytical monocle, none of them really stand out. And then forgot to even take the things that did stand out. So, that's just bad memory. So in case any of you are wondering if there was a method to my madness, no, just dumb. Ooh, Star Bowls. Yay! Like, that's not even really like a full-on, like, electric move. That's just ninja stars with a little bit of a shock added to them. But if I were doing Batman, I would do that. But I'm not. I'm playing Raiden. I don't want to play a tool that has shocking properties. I want to actually control the damn element. But if nothing else comes out as being useful, then yeah, I'll grab it. Which, if you haven't guessed by the robe choice, I'm trying to go for a power build here, because I mean, Raiden is one of the Elder Gods, and his status as such means that he tends to just get the job done with speed, yes, but it's mostly about movement speed, not necessarily about scoring critical hits. So for him, it's very largely about just smashing. Alright, there we go. What is Curse Eater's Watch? Okay. I haven't even found a cursed relic yet. And the thing about Raiden is that even though he's, the defender of the Earthrealm, he's not above being a little morally gray at times. And one would say that a lot of the characters in Mortal Kombat have that going for them. It's like, yeah, I get it, but you're still kind of a bastard. Like, I know in the cartoon in the first movie, he was just kind of a snarky kind of dipshit, or not even dipshit, just a snarky asshole sort of character. Tears of Midas is about the only thing there I really want. Whatever. Grab it in case I could use the extra cash. Alright. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come in here, grab the cheap tomahawk, and trade it away to Nocturne to see if we get something better. We definitely got something better. So now I'm not even interested in Starbolt. You can just take that and shove it. Beautifully done. Might as well grab that too. So already we've got a pretty strong run going. I suppose, now to go back to a previous point, what makes him seem so morally gray to me is how things worked out in the story of Mortal Kombat 9, where he basically just said, fuck this, I've had enough of your shit, and just flat out killed some of the hero characters because he was like, you know what, this isn't getting the job done, you're being manipulated. So he's like, screw it, I'll take matters into my own hands. And this comes basically shortly after Sindel shows up and wrecks everyone's shit. Like, I don't know how much anyone knows or remembers about the story of Mortal Kombat 9. And to be fair, my own memory of the event might be a bit skewed, but yeah, don't want that. And I suppose that's part of what makes Raiden stand out a bit to me, is that he's always had this kind of like mentor of heroes vibe about him. Except not really, because sometimes he just does something that makes you go, wow, you're just kind of a douche, aren't you? And yeah, he's one of the Elder Gods of the Earthrealm, but he takes that and basically says, you know, you're not performing up to my standards? Well, screw it then. Like, he's not above some of that good old-fashioned retribution. Really? Go away. Christ. So one thing I will say about Spark Contact, though, is that it is a nice, powerful move. It hits really fast and hits for decent damage for a basic, but that translates pretty well into good damage if you have at least a little bit of damage up. And we may come back for something that she can give. Okay. I didn't think so. Okay. I was trying to remember if I took a hit against the twins or not, and yeah, I had, but I just couldn't remember. And for what it's worth, there's a good chance I'll end up taking a hit against Zeal as well. Especially since I don't seem to be playing on a very high level right now. Oh, we definitely take the sturdy wood easel. What I would like, though, is a little bit more of an offensive push. Can we maybe make... I hate those barrels so much. Oh my god, I am hating this. Like, I was not prepared for how poorly I would be doing right now. You know, maybe mono-element lightning isn't my thing. Now, why didn't that bounce to the others? It's bouncing surge, goddammit! What is going on here? Like, am I just awful, or something going on here? Like, is there a legit issue with what's happening on my screen right now? Oh my god, with a performance like this, there's no way I'm even going to make it to the end of the run. Okay, so now I'm puzzled, baffled, and upset all at the same time. Like, I don't really understand why my spells aren't working the way they should. And, yeah, maybe I am just playing really poorly. There's always the possibility of that. And I know Wizard of Legend isn't exactly an easy game at the best of times, but... see, that's what's... Yeah, see, that surge that bounces between the enemies, that's what bouncing surge is supposed to do. So why it didn't do that and just felt I needed to take a hit to the face for no reason, I'll never understand. Okay, so is there any chance that I could perhaps get a decent relic? Or maybe Shock Nova? Just have a little all-around damage? Because I'm getting my ass kicked here, and... What in the world? Wow. I mean, for what it's worth, I was never good with Raiden in Mortal Kombat either, but this is, like, shocking for Wizard of Legend. I'm normally good at this game. Good lord, I suck. Like, I'm, like, legit embarrassed right now. Like, this is not my normal performance. And I don't know about Dragon Circuit, and I've never been too fond of that particular attack. Another thing to understand is that this is also very much a run that's very focused on single target damage. That's why I'm hoping to find something. That's why I was hoping for like Shock Nova, because that would actually help quite a bit. Like, the two things right now that are actually good against multiple targets seem to be performing on a very iffy scale. Partially because of my own aim, and partially because of a little bit of the how's it going in the what the fuck. Yeah, like that. That was an example of my poor aim, of course. Again, I'm not blaming the game for any of my problems. This is very clearly I'm just playing, like, really badly. Like, I'm well aware of my issues. They're just being a little more pronounced than usual. I'm also focusing on that because, again, to be honest, Raiden is one of those characters from Mortal Kombat I don't really know a ton about because he was never one of my favorite characters. But I mean, he fit the criteria of this particular theme, so I went with it, but yeah, suffice it to say, he was never the character I liked the most. The characters that I really dug the most were like Sub-Zero and Scorpion. I really got into Johnny Cage when I realized in Mortal Kombat 9, hey, I'm actually really good with Johnny Cage. And some characters were just really heavily lore-focused, like Shang Tsung. But Raiden was one of those characters that, to me, always seemed like he was the guy in the background. And again, he was the defender of Earthrealm, so you'd think he'd get a little bit more attention, but the attention was almost always on Liu Kang and Kung Lao and Johnny Cage. And I get it, you want to put a little bit more focus on your human characters, but I mean, beyond his Elder God status and his relationship to characters like Shinnok, we'll take it. We take those. Like, I really just kind of have nothing. Shinnok, of course, being the big bad of Mortal Kombat 4, and, Mortal Kombat mythology Sub-Zero, for as little as, we like to talk about that game. There we go. That will give me the full boost from Pathfinder's Knapsack. And hopefully you're starting to understand the strength behind... Hold on. I want to see if any of these are good. No, no, no. Nah, alright. I will take this just to have a little bit of an offensive push, and because it'll power up Royal Flush. Oh hey, look at that! Albert's formula is coming in handy. Yeah, shut up, Zeal. There we go. Beautifully done. And I believe, yep, that's a little bit of a bonus from Idealist's scorecard right there. So someone had mentioned that Zeal's special seems super hard to dodge. I think what the idea behind hers is instead of running around frantically trying not to get pelted in the face by flaming dodgeballs, what you actually want to do is take it a little bit slower. Only worry about actually running if one of them has its targeting reticle on you. Otherwise, you just want to take it cool. You know, be a little loose, be mellow. I mean, that's what's been working for me against Zeal's special solo so far. Why won't you let me go through that statue? It's not like there's only solid space behind it. I'm not teleporting into a wall, damn it. No, Darksage, but you are teleporting into the other statue. You know what? Shut up. I don't need your logic. I mean, I would prefer Shock Nova, but this isn't bad either. Sweet, it circled right around all of them without doing any damage. Perfect. Alright, fake them out into using that. Yes, as much as I hate dealing with their mirror shield capabilities, it is completely possible to bait it out of them and then just go from there. But one of the other problems I have with Dragon Circ is I have no idea how it does its targeting, and I'm poisoned. And as we all know, poison in this game lasts for about 15 years, so... I mean, I can upgrade Dragon Circuit now. So what does it do now? Travels faster and covers more distance. Alright. I mean, I guess it's fitting, seeing as the symbol of Mortal Kombat is the dragon. You know, as of late, I've been finding Earth Knights to be less of an issue than the Earth Lancers. I guess Lancers in general are a huge problem, but... Just all of their attacks being homing and... Ugh, no, they're the worst. Oh, hello, adorable Mimic. Alright, so I actually have a few things that I wouldn't mind sacrificing to the Mimic. And I also realized that if I'm going to have 2 cursed items, I definitely do not mind having the Curse Eater stopwatch around. So let's go ahead and fight the checkpoint boss. in all of my I'm bad at fighting glory. There we go. Well, I mean, that's another cursed relic. I forget what the cruel chess clock does, though. And I kind of don't want to be responsible for any terrible decisions that come about because of it, so I'm just not going to worry about that. Alright, let's drop something I actually want here. And I'll come back to it after I pick up the Arcana Rewards clock and donate it. So now, things that I want to keep, I will drop. I want to keep that, I want to keep that, I want to keep that. I can get rid of that. Want to keep that, I can get rid of that, I can get rid of that. Want to keep that, want to keep that, want to keep that, want to keep that. Beautiful. Alright, we are now beautifully powerful. We'll go back and grab our Pathfinder's knapsack. Have a quick check in here, see if there's anything I really want. Well, that. And we'll just call it good. Yes, I know, once again, I have the ability to pick up the Dark Katana. It only really affects one of my Arcana, but I'm still considering it. I think I'm going to say no, because I have a very interesting combo in Albert's Formula and the two heal upon entry relics. Oh. He's dead. I really don't understand how Dragon Circuit targets. Please just let me have Shock Nova. Give me an upgraded Shock Nova and I will be happy. Oops. Oh well. Yeah, I don't really see anything there that suits my fancy. And yes, I did give up the Tears of Midas, so okay. Nothing wrong with that, I've got plenty of money. Oh my god, I hate these bastards. No, go away. Go away forever. Get out of my game. I mean, you're a little late to the party now, sir, but hello. Well deserved. And that's why I typically like to keep knockback on my weapons, or spells. Weapons. What do I think I'm playing, Going Under? What did you guys think of that game, by the way? I thought it was really interesting, and the art style kind of made it stand out, but I'm curious as to what you guys think about Going Under. That's one those games I'm definitely down to play more of. I just need to know whether or not there's, you know, going to be an audience because, as we all know, the things that we do on YouTube there has to be an audience for them. Nothing there I want. Yeah, just a casual 106 hit combo out of nowhere. Yeah, what the hell? Okay, some of you are going to think I'm crazy. But believe me when I say I think this is going to do a lot. It's going to increase that stun timer. And it's also going to make my attacks hit harder. Well, crap. There goes the no damage against Atlas thing. I thought I was a shoo-in until he just threw some fucking poison. But the reason why I'm okay with taking the big gauntlet with the big anchor, is mostly because I can make up for that movement speed with my teleportation. What the heck? He was right there. Yay, my aim is terrible. Alright, well, you know what? We're all good now. It's all good. We're all gravy. Alright. So now we can get rid of this. Pick up the Amulet of Sundering. I'm looking for a way to... There we go. And now we have 2 fairies. Me being probably the only person who's really hell-bent on having as many fairies as possible at the very end. There we go. And at least you know it makes my Wizard of Legend runs different from anyone else's. Because you know that I'm going to be aiming for those fairies. And if you didn't have so much HP, you'd be a goner right now. There we go. Alright, so we got there in the end, just had to take a little bit of a beating to do so, and I must say, a bit of an embarrassing beating. But it all worked out in the end. So, unfortunately, another theme run where I didn't have a lot of information to share. I don't know a lot about Raiden. I don't know if he's... Like, I can assume that he's got some Japanese origins. And yes, this is even taking into account that it was made by a Western developer. But at the same time, the name of the god of thunder in Japan is Raijin, not Raiden, so... I don't know, your guess is as good as mine on that one. Maybe I'm reading too far into it. Who knows? So anyways, thank you very much for watching. Do the usual like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I have noticed that I've had some new subscribers lately. So thank you to all of you who have decided to join me on my little hunt for YouTube relevancy. It warms my heart to know that there are so many of you out there that are interested in watching my silly little shenanigans. So I might be taking a break from the theme runs, but I do have some other things coming down the pipeline, and I'm interested to hear if you guys have any ideas that you want to see me try to pull off. So let me know either on my social media, on the comments. I tend to respond to Discord relatively quickly, so hit me up on my Discord, and stay tuned to this channel. There's going to be some fun stuff, even with the idea that I'm working 2 jobs lately. So all that having been said, again, thank you guys very much for watching. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you.